I was 8 years old the last time I saw my parents. Not a goodbye, not even a warning, just a closed door. And silence that lasted 23 years. No birthday calls, no holidays. No explanations, nothing. I grew up learning how to survive without them, how to stop expecting love that was never coming back. So when my phone rang one random afternoon, I saw a number I didn't recognize. I almost ignored it. Almost, but something told me to answer. And the moment I heard her voice, I froze. Hi, it's Mom. Mom, a word that didn't belong to her anymore. She didn't ask how I was, didn't apologize, didn't even hesitate. The first real thing she said after 23 years, we need help with rent. I went completely still. Then I smiled, 'cause finally, I had something they needed. The day they left me wasn't loud. There was no screaming, no dramatic scene. That's what made it worse. I remember sitting on the floor, playing with a broken toy car, when my mom told me to stay inside. Just for a little while, she said. My dad didn't even look at me. They walked out together, closed the door, and never came back. At first, I thought it was a game that they'd return in an hour. Then night came, then morning, then days. Eventually, someone found me. Neighbors, I think. Everything after that became a blur of temporary places and unfamiliar faces. Foster homes. Different schools, different beds, different rules. I learned quickly that expecting permanence only led to disappointment. So I stopped expecting. I stopped asking. And most importantly, I stopped needing them. Years passed. I built a life from nothing, worked part-time jobs as a teenager, saved every dollar I could, put myself through school. It wasn't easy, but it was mine. Every small success felt like proof that I didn't need the people who left me behind. But even then, there was always a question buried deep inside. Me, why? Why wasn't I enough? I never got an answer. Until 23 years later, it was a normal day. Nothing special. I was at work when my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I almost declined it, but something made me pause. Something I couldn't explain. So I answered, "Hello?" There was a pause. Then a voice, soft, careful. "Hi, it's Mom." Everything inside me went quiet. Not emotional, not shocked, just empty. Because that word didn't mean anything anymore. I leaned back in my chair. "Who?" I asked. Another pause. Longer. This time, "It's your mother." Still nothing. No rush of memories, no warmth, just a strange sense of distance. "What do you want?" I said. She didn't even pretend to reconnect. Didn't ask about my life. Didn't apologize. She went straight to it. "We need help with rent." I almost laughed. 23 years. And that was the opening line. Not, "I'm sorry." Not how. "Are you? Just money?" I stayed silent long enough for her to get uncomfortable. "We've fallen behind," she continued. "Things have been hard." I looked around my office at the life I had built, alone. "Where's Dad?" I asked. "He's here," she said quickly. "We're both here." Of course they were. Together, just like the day they left. "And you thought to call me?" I said. "You're our child," she replied. That word again, child. Like it hadn't been abandoned along with me. I smiled slightly. Out of kindness, out of clarity. "Interesting," I said. She hesitated. "What does that mean?" "It means," I replied slowly, "you remembered me when you needed something." "That's not fair," she said. I almost admired the confidence. "After everything, it's not," I asked calmly. "No," she insisted. "We always cared about you." That was the first line that actually made me feel something. Not sadness, not anger, just disbelief. Because it was so easy for her to say, so effortless, as if the past didn't exist, as if I hadn't spent years wondering why I wasn't worth staying for. I leaned forward. "Tell me something," I said. "Why did you leave?" Silence. Real silence this time. Not hesitation. Not discomfort. Avoidance, we can talk about that later, she said. Of course, later, always later. When I asked, no answer. 'Cause there wasn't one. 'Cause the truth wasn't something she wanted to give. Not unless it benefited her. I exhaled slowly. You don't get to skip that part, I said. Her tone shifted slightly. Defensive now. We're not calling to argue, she said. We just need help. There it was again. Need. Always need. Never accountability. And that's when I realized something. This wasn't closure. This wasn't reconciliation. This was a transaction. And for the first time, I had control. I let the silence stretch long enough for her to feel it. For her to realize that she didn't have the power she thought she did. Say something, she finally said. I smiled. Okay, I replied. And then I said a name. Just one. Not loud, not dramatic. But clear enough that she heard it perfectly. There was a pause, then confusion. What? She asked. I repeated the name. Slower this time, more deliberate. And everything changed. 'Cause it wasn't just any name. It's the name of the woman who took me in after they left. The one who stayed. It's the one who raised me when they didn't. The one who became my real family. Silence hit the line like a wall. And then I heard something I hadn't expected. My father's voice. For the first time. Why would you say that name? He asked. His tone wasn't angry. It was uneasy. Like he already knew the answer. Because they both remembered her. They had to. She was the one who showed up when they didn't. The one who dealt with the consequences of their choices. She's the reason I'm even able to answer this call, I said calmly. No response. She paid for my school, I continued. She made sure I had food, a home, a future. The silence deepened. And you know what she never did? I added. What? My mother whispered. She never asked me for anything in return. That hit. I could feel it through the phone. 'Cause suddenly, the comparison was unavoidable, uncomfortable, real. You don't understand what we went through, my mother said weakly. I almost laughed. You're right, I said. I don't. 'Cause whatever they went through, it didn't justify leaving a child behind. Nothing did. We were young, she added. So was I, but I didn't say that. I didn't need to. The truth was already sitting there between us. Heavy, unavoidable. I'm not giving you money, I said finally. Silence. Not surprised, not shocked. Just quiet. Because deep down, they knew. You owe us at least that much, my father said. There it was. The entitlement. Even now, after everything, I don't owe you anything, I replied. And for the first time, my voice didn't shake, didn't hesitate, didn't soften. It was steady, certain because it was true. You're our child, my mother said again, like repeating it would make it real. No, I said quietly. And that was the moment everything finally closed. Not with anger, not with revenge, but with clarity. You were supposed to be my parents, I continued. And you chose not to be. Silence. The kind that doesn't need filling. The kind that says everything. I hope things work out for you, I added. And before they could respond, I hung up. Funny how life works. It's the people who leave you when you have nothing always seem to come back when you finally have something. Not to apologize, not to fix what they broke, but to take again. But this time, it was different. Because I wasn't the same kid sitting on the floor waiting for a door to open. I was someone who built a life without them. Someone who didn't need their approval or their presence. Most importantly, someone who finally understood their worth. If you've ever been abandoned, ignored, or made to feel like you weren't enough, remember this: the right people don't come back when they need you. They stay when you need them. Subscribe for more powerful stories like this.